Hello each and everyone, the one who is watching my video. Welcome to Global Online University. In today's lecture, we will do the revision of People Development and Environment Unit. This will definitely help you to score more marks in the upcoming exam. One more thing I want to tell you that every day at 6 p.m. my video is coming on the Global Online University. So do visit our channel every day at 6 and crack your upcoming exam with more confidence. Before going ahead, I want to tell you one important thing which is really important for the one who is preparing for the upcoming NET exam 2021. Global Online University is providing you free video lecture as well as a free mock test. Now the question might came in your mind how you can get this test. So here is the answer on your screen. To get this opportunity, just download our app Global Online University on your mobile. The second step is go inside and select UGC NET Paper 1 October. Then there you will find 2 free mock tests, 2 video lectures free and 2 notes PDF. Join our course. The fee of our course is $9.99 in which you will get full syllabus video lecture, 60 full syllabus tests, full syllabus notes and previous year paper 2011 to 2020. Students, Global Online University is providing course for the paper 1 in which you will get 60 mock tests with the detailed solution, previous year question paper with the detailed explanation from year 2011 to 2020, full syllabus notes. You can complete these notes within the 1 or 2 days and then you can attempt the test. Plus we are providing you video lecture. For the more detail you can contact on given number. Students, there is very less time and this is the best opportunity for you to crack your exam. So join our course just for rupees 9.99 and achieve your dream. Now let's begin with the today's lecture. If country A is dumping its product on the country B, then it implies that country A is. If country A है और अगर country A अपने product को B country में dump करता है तब country A क्या होती है? And the options are buying good at low price from abroad and selling at a higher price domestically. Here any person buying outside product at a low cost at that market and selling the same product at a higher cost locally or in a domestic market. For example, person buying a perfume at rupees 200 in the foreign market and selling same perfume at a 500 in the domestic market. Means what he is doing, he is buying the goods at a lower price at abroad and selling the same at the higher price domestically or locally. Second option is selling good abroad at a lower price compared to what it charged in a domestic market. This is exactly opposite to the first option. Here he is selling the good abroad at a lower price. For example, we will continue with the same example. Here the person selling the perfume bottle lower price at the outside or abroad means at rupees 200 at the abroad and charges the high prices, that means charges the 500 in the domestic market. Here what he is doing, he is selling the good abroad at a lower price compared to what he charges in the domestic market, means at the higher price. The third option is selling expensive good at a lower price to the consumers. Here he is selling the expensive or a higher cost good at a lower price to the consumers. And the last option is facing lower tariff rate. Tariff rates are used to restrict the import simply to increase the price of a goods and the services purchased from the another country. Here they are trying to making them less attractive to the domestic consumers. डंपिंग जो टर्म है वो हम इंटरनेशनल ट्रेड में यूज करते हैं जब कोई कंट्री और अ कंपनी अपने प्रोडक्ट को एक्सपोर्ट करता है at a price that is lower in the foreign importing market than the price in the export domestic market. For this question, the answer B will be the correct. That is selling good abroad at a lower price compared to what he charges in the domestic market. Which of the following is applicable to a firm producing its output at a level where the marginal cost is equal to demand? In a given question, they ask you Which of the following option is applicable to a firm producing its output at a level where the marginal cost is equal to the demand? And the options given are: price cover the opportunity cost of capital, opportunity cost incremental return है on the investment that business undergo when it elect to use fund for an internal project rather than investing in marketable securities. Second option is price is sufficient to cover fixed cost. फिक्स कॉस्ट को इनडायरेक्ट कॉस्ट और ओवरहेड कॉस्ट भी कहा जाता है. ये बिजनेस एक्सपेंस है and are not dependent on the level of a goods or a services produced by the business. The examples of a fixed cost are property tax, phone and utility bills, children care cost. These costs are the fixed in nature which cannot be changed. The one have to pay this cost. The third option is firm earn zero profit. In a perfect competition, हर एक फर्म को प्रॉफिट मैक्सिमाइज करता है by choosing an output at which its marginal cost is equal to price and the demand. Each firm in the market earns zero economic profit by doing as well as it could by investing some money elsewhere. And the last option is producer have a insufficient over the price. Here the correct answer for this question will be option number C. Firm earns zero profit is applicable to a firm producing its output at a level where the marginal cost is equal to demand. Indian government's target for a power production from a small hydro project by the year 2022 is. इंडियन गवर्नमेंट ने पावर प्रोडक्शन कितना टारगेट किया है फ्रॉम स्मॉल हाइड्रो प्रोजेक्ट बाय ईयर 2022 एंड द ऑप्शंस आर 1 गीगावाट, 5 गीगावाट, 10 gigawatt and 15 gigawatt. पावर प्रोडक्शन और इलेक्ट्रिसिटी ऑपरेशन जनरेट होता है फ्रॉम फॉसिल फ्यूल, न्यूक्लियर पावर प्लांट, हाइड्रो पावर प्लांट, जियोथर्मल सिस्टम, सोलर पैनल, बायोफ्यूल, विंड. इससे गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया ने 175 गीगावाट रिन्यूएबल एनर्जी इंस्टॉल करने का टारगेट सेट किया है बाय ईयर 2022, जिसमें 100 gigawatt from the solar, 60 gigawatt from wind, 10 gigawatt from biopower and 5 gigawatt from small hydropower. Here the correct answer for this question will be option number B. Indian government target for a power production from small hydro project by year 2022 is 5 gigawatt. One more thing, please remember all the targets set by the government of India for a different project because question might ask on the same. The most common topic or most repeated topic is sustainable development. Sustainable development goal have a specific target to be achieved by year and the options are 2022, 2030, 2040 and 2050. Sustainable development goal और a global goal ये 17 interlinked goal है designed to be blueprint to achieve better and a more sustainable future for all. ये गोल सेटअप हुए थे इन ईयर 2015 by United Nations General Assembly and are intended to achieve by year 2030. The 17 goals are: first one is no poverty, then is zero hunger, then is good health and well-being, then is quality education, then is gender equality, then is clean water and sanitation, then is affordable and clean energy, then is decent work and economic growth, industry innovation and infrastructure, then is reduce inequality, then is sustainable cities and communities, then is responsible consumption and production, 13 is climate action, 14 is life below water, 15 life on land, 16 peace and justice strong institution, and the last one is partnership to achieve the goal. Here the correct answer we can say is option number B. Sustainable development goal have a specific target to be achieved by year 2030. On which date National Voters Day is observed every year? National Voters Day हर साल किस तारीख को मनाया जाता है? And the options are 12th February, 15th March, 18th January and 25th January। यंग वोटर को पॉलिटिकल प्रोसेस में पार्टिसिपेट करने में एनकरेज करने के लिए गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया ने डिसाइडेड टू सेलिब्रेट 25 जनवरी एज अ नेशनल वोटर्स डे। ये एक्चुअल में स्टार्ट हुआ था जनवरी 2011 में टू मार्क कमीशन फाउंडेशन डे। द करेक्ट आंसर फॉर दिस क्वेश्चन विल बी ऑप्शन नंबर डी। The Government of India has decided to celebrate 25th January as a National Voters' Day. How many countries are involved in Ramsar Convention on Wetlands? In given question, they ask you, Ramsar Convention on a wetland में कितने countries involved है? And the options are 171, 100, 75 and the last option is 150. कन्वेंशन जो है वो हेल्ड हुआ था रामसर ईरान में इन February 1971, originally contracted by 7 countries when it came into the force on 21st December 1975. Till October 2019, 171 contracting parties है and 2000 designated cities. रामसर कन्वेंशन को कन्वेंशन ऑन वेटलैंड भी कहते हैं। एवरी आफ्टर 3 years, कॉन्ट्रैक्टिंग पार्टी मीट एज अ कॉन्फ्रेंस ऑफ कॉन्ट्रैक्टिंग पार्टीज। Just now we seen, according to the explanation, 171 countries are involved in the Ramsar Convention on Wetland. So option A will be the correct for this question. Conference of Party is the supreme body of, and the options are Earth Summit. The second option is United Nations Conference on Environment and Development. इसको रिवो दी जेनेरियो भी कहा जाता है। रिवो समिट और रिवो कॉन्फ्रेंस एंड अर्थ समिट ये मेजर यूनाइटेड नेशन कॉन्फ्रेंस है विच हेल्ड इन रिवो दी जेनेरियो फ्रॉम June 3 to June 14, 1992. The third option is United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization. ये स्पेशलाइज्ड एजेंसी है यूनाइटेड नेशन की एम एट प्रमोटिंग वर्ल्ड पीस एंड सिक्योरिटी थ्रू इंटरनेशनल कोऑपरेशन इन एजुकेशन, साइंस एंड कल्चर। एंड द लास्ट ऑप्शन इज Kyoto Protocol. The Kyoto Protocol was an international treaty which extended the 1992 United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change and commit state party to reduce greenhouse gas emission. Here the correct answer for this question will be option number C. Conference of a Party is the supreme body of the United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization. It consists of representative of party to the convention. The first United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization Conference of the party took place from the 28th March to 7th April in Berlin, Germany. Please remember this point. Arrange the following layer of atmosphere from the nearest to the farthest. In a given question, they asked you to arrange the layer of the atmosphere. Given are the mesosphere, exosphere, troposphere, stratosphere and thermosphere. The first will be troposphere, option third. Troposphere is the lowest layer of the Earth atmosphere. It is between 0 to 12 km. Then will be option 4, stratosphere. Stratosphere is the second layer of the atmosphere as we go to the upward. It is between 12 to 50 km. Then will be mesosphere. Mesosphere after the troposphere and the stratosphere. Third one is the mesosphere. It is directly above the stratosphere and below the thermosphere. It is between 50 to 80 km above our planet. The temperature decreases with the height throughout the mesosphere. Then will be option 5th, that is a thermosphere. Thermosphere is directly above the mesosphere and below the exosphere. It is between 80 to 700 km above our planet. Solar activity strongly influences temperature in the thermosphere. And then will be option 2, exosphere, the uppermost region of the Earth atmosphere as it gradually fed into vacuum of space. It is between 700 to 10,000 km from the Earth. The correct answer for this question will be option number B, that is troposphere between 0 to 12 km, then is stratosphere between 12 to 50 km, then is mesosphere between 50 to 80 km, then is thermosphere between 80 to 700 km, and then is exosphere between 700 to 10,000 km. Which of the following indoor plant help to improve indoor air quality? In a given question, they ask you, given which of the plant help to improve the indoor air quality, and the options are Erica palm, lady palm, dragon tree, and all of them. A study by NASA confirmed that common houseplants are the natural air purers. These include aloe vera, Erica palm, lady palm, dragon tree, and others. So the correct answer for this question will be option number D. All of them help to improve the indoor air quality. Here the next question is, which of the following natural hazard is not a hydrometeorological? In a given question, they ask you, given which is not a hydrometeorological hazard, and the options are snow avalanche. Snow avalanche well-known hazard है which defined as sudden release of snow masses and ice on slope. For example, glacier that split from the cliff face and harder down the side of mountain. The second option is coastal erosion. Coastal erosion is a loss or displacement of a land or a long-term removal of sediment and rock along with the coastal line due to the action of wave, current, tide, wind-driven water. The third option is tropical cyclone. Tropical cyclone is a rapidly rotating storm system characterized by the low pressure center, a close low-level atmosphere circulation, strong wind, and a spiral arrangement of thunderum that produce the heavy rain. And the last option is tsunami. A tsunami is a series of a wave in a water body caused by the displacement of a large volume of water, generally in the ocean or a large lake. The correct answer for this question is option number D. Tsunami is not a natural hazard of hydrometeorological. Which type of farming causes more amount of deforestation? In given option, which farming causes a more amount of deforestation? Dairy farming. Dairy farming में animal like a cow जिसका पालन पोषण किया जाता है for the production of a milk and a various dairy product. The second option is mixed farming. Mixed farming में both type of a farming involved होती है like a growing crop and also raising the livestock. For example, if I am growing wheat in my agriculture and मेरे पास अगर cattle भी है, that means I am doing mixed farming. Then is commercial farming. Commercial farming में higher production के लिए farmer modern input का use करता है. For example, if I want to harvest crop, I will use the modern technology. That means I am saving my time as well as the cost which I have to spend on the manpower. And last option is subsistence farming. Subsistence farming में सभी तरह का crop और livestock raise होता है to sustain the farm family. In agriculture, subsistence farming is responsible for 48% of the deforestation and commercial farming is responsible for 32%. For this question, the correct answer is option number A. Subsistence farming causes more amount of deforestation. The headquarters of Zoological Survey of India is located in which city? In a given question, they ask you, Zoological Survey of India जो है उसका headquarter इंडिया में कहाँ है, कौन सी सिटी में है? And the options are बेंगलुरु, देहरादून, कोलकाता and भुवनेश्वर. Zoological Survey of India आया था on 1 जुलाई 1916 को by the Government of India, Minister of Environment, Forest and Climate Change as a premier Indian organization in zoological research. इसका जो हेडक्वार्टर है वो है कोलकाता, वेस्ट बंगाल, इंडिया में, और उसकी जो डायरेक्टर है वो है ध्रुति बैनर्जी. इसका मेन ऑब्जेक्टिव है is to conduct survey, exploration and research of fauna in the country. So the most suitable answer for this question will be option number C. The headquarters of Zoological Survey of India ZSR is located in Kolkata, West Bengal, India. The main objective of Montreal Protocol is, in a given question they ask you about the main objective of Montreal Protocol is, and the options given are to deal with conservation and useful of wetland, the Silent Valley Reserve Forest for being flooded by the hydroelectric project, control international commercial trade in endangered species, ozone depleting substance, specifically chlorofluorocarbon CFC. First you have to understand what is Montreal Protocol. ऐसा सब्सटेंस विच डिप्लेट द ओजोन लेयर, इसको मोनेट्रल प्रोटोकॉल कहते हैं. ये एक इंटरनेशनल थ्रेडेड डिजाइन है टू प्रोटेक्ट ओजोन लेयर बाय फ्रीजिंग आउट द प्रोडक्शन ऑफ न्यूमरस सब्सटेंस दैट आर रिस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर द ओजोन डिप्लेशन. मोनेट्रल प्रोटोकॉल एक इंटरनेशनल अग्रीमेंट है जो कि आया था इन 1987 में. यह डिजाइन हुआ था टू स्टॉप द प्रोडक्शन and the import of ozone depleting substance and reduce their concentration in the atmosphere to help protect the earth ozone layer. So according to the explanation, option D will be the correct for this question. The main objective of Montreal Protocol is ozone depleting substance, specifically chlorofluorocarbon CFC. The largest human source of carbon dioxide emission is from. In a given question, they ask you the largest source of a carbon dioxide emission is from, and the options are agriculture. Agriculture means growing crop or raising livestock. Farmer growing wheat in his land, that means he is doing the agriculture. The second option is land degradation. Land degradation बहुत से कारणों से होता है. ह्यूमन एक्टिविटी भी लैंड डिग्रेडेशन के लिए रिस्पॉन्सिबल है. दैट पोल्यूटेंट और डिग्रेडेड द क्वालिटी ऑफ अ सॉइल. लैंड डिग्रेडेशन वेयर द फर्टाइल लैंड बिकम द डेजर्ट. द थर्ड ऑप्शन इज डिफॉरेस्टेशन. डिफॉरेस्टेशन रिफर टू डिक्रीज इन द फॉरेस्ट एरिया अक्रॉस द वर्ल्ड. एग्जाम्पल वी कैन से दैट माइनिंग एक्टिविटीज. Because of a mining activity, humans are cutting forest. Deforestation has been negatively affecting natural ecosystem. And the last option is burning fossil fuel. जब भी fossil fuel burn होता है, it releases the nitrogen oxide into atmosphere, which contribute to the formation of smoke and acid rain. 87% of all the human produced carbon dioxide emission come from the burning of a fossil fuel like a coal, natural gas and oil. So the most suitable answer for this question will be option number A. Largest human source of carbon dioxide emission is from burning fossil fuels. Which of the following gas is not a greenhouse gas? From given below, which one is not greenhouse gas? मीथेन. मीथेन ग्रीनहाउस गैस है. ये एटमॉस्फेयर में प्रेजेंट होती है और ये अर्थ टेम्परेचर एंड क्लाइमेट सिस्टम को अफेक्ट करती है. द सेकेंड ऑप्शन इज हाइड्रोजन. हाइड्रोजन कार्बन मोनोऑक्साइड की तरह होती है. इट एक्ट एज एन इनडायरेक्ट ग्रीन हाउस गैस. द थर्ड ऑप्शन इज कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड. कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड एक्ट एज एन ग्रीन हाउस गैस ट्रैपिंग हीट इन अर्थ एटमॉस्फेयर. प्लांट कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड को ऑक्सीजन में कन्वर्ट करते हैं ड्यूरिंग द फोटोसिंथेसिस, the process they use to make their own food. And the last option is sulfur hexafluoride. The correct answer for this question is option number D. Sulfur hexafluoride is not greenhouse gas. Remaining all three, that is methane, hydrogen and carbon dioxide, are greenhouse gas. What causes the lung disease called asbestos? And the options are exposure to radon. Being exposed to radon for a long period of a time can lead to lung cancer. ये lung cancer को damage, ये lung cells को damage करता है and eventually lead to lung cancer. Second option is industrial pollution. Industrial pollution ये directly हम link कर सकते हैं industry को. ये industry की वजह से होता है like a air, water or a land pollution. Industry pollution can cause diseases like a skin problem, asthma, eye diseases. Then is the tobacco smoke. Tobacco smoke में बहुत से केमिकल होते हैं. ये ओनली स्मोकर को ही नहीं बल्कि नॉन स्मोकर को भी हार्मफुल है. Smoking cause the diseases like a cancer, heart diseases, lung problems, diabetes. And the last option is asbestos. Asbestos is ये long term inflammation and scarring of the lungs due to the asbestos fiber. इसके जो symptoms है वो है shortness of a breath, lungs, chest tightness. Asbestos is caused by breathing in asbestos fiber. The correct answer for this question will be option number B. Which of the following pollutant is a major cause of respiratory diseases? In a given question, they ask you which of the following pollutant is a major cause of respiratory diseases, and the options are volatile organic component. Volatile organic component emitted as a gases from certain solid or a liquid. ये include करता है variety of a chemical. इसका long term और a short term health पर effect हो सकता है. The second option is carbon monoxide. Carbon monoxide ये एक gas है that's slightly less dense than the air. This consists of a one carbon atom and one oxygen atom. The third option is nitrogen oxide. Nitrogen dioxide ये highly reactive gas है which include nitrous acid and nitric acid primarily get into the air from the burning fossil fuel. And the last option is suspended fine particles. This material is called particulate matter and can often be cause of water pollution. The suspected particle eventually settle and cause a thick slit at the bottom. It is harmful to the marine life and life on the floor of river or a lake. The correct answer for this question is option number A. Suspended fine particle is a major cause of respiratory diseases. Respiratory diseases including acute respiratory distress, asthma, and lung cancer. In which country the recent international agreement on a phasing out hydrofluorocarbon was signed? In a given question, they ask you the recent international agreement on phasing out the hydrofluorocarbon was signed, and the options given are Rwanda, Morocco, South Africa, and Algeria. Hydrofluorocarbon are a man-made organic component जो कंटेन करता है फ्लोरीन एंड हाइड्रोजन एटम and are a most common type of organofluorine component. Most are gases at room temperature and pressure. On the 15th October 2016, with the United States leadership, 197 countries adopt an amendment to phase down HFC, that is hydrofluorocarbon, under the Montreal Protocol in Kigali, Rwanda. So for this question, the answer will be A. The recent international agreement on the phasing out hydrofluorocarbon was signed in Rwanda country. The loss of an entire animal species is referred to as. In a given question, they ask you the loss of an entire animal species को क्या कहा जाता है? And the options are distinction. Distinction means a different when the things are distinct from the one another. Then is annihilation. Annihilation का मतलब होता है किसी भी चीज को completely destroy करना. 1940 and 50 were so prevent by a general fear of a nuclear annihilation that the era was known as Age of Anarchy. Then is genocide. जेनोसाइड का मतलब जानबूझकर किसी भी नेशन और ग्रुप को खत्म करना. Here we can take an example of terrorists where they are killing the opponent purposefully. The purpose is to kill opponent. The last option is extinction. Extinction is a termination of a kind of an organism or a group of a kind, usually species. Extinction के movement को generally to be a death of the last individual of the species भी consider किया जाता है, although the capacity of a beard and a recover may have been lost before this point. For this question, the correct answer will be option number D. The loss of an entire animal species is referred to as extinction. Increased level of air pollution result in a given question they ask you जब air pollution increase होता है तब उसका result और परिणाम क्या होता है. एयर पोल्यूशन का मतलब होता है हवा प्रदूषित होना. उससे बहुत से रीजंस होते हैं जैसे कि कार एमिशन, केमिकल फ्रॉम द फैक्ट्रीज, डस्ट, ओजोन गैस एक्सेट्रा. यहाँ पर फर्स्ट ऑप्शन है सॉइल इरोजन. सॉइल इरोजन एक ग्रेजुअल प्रोसेस है जो कि अकर होती है व्हेन द इम्पैक्ट ऑफ वाटर एंड अ विंड डिटैच एंड रिमूव अ सॉइल पार्टिकल कॉजिंग द सॉइल टू डिटोरिएट. The soil deterioration and a low water quality due to erosion and surplus runoff have become a several problem worldwide. Second option है global warming. Global warming human activity की वजह से भी होती है, primarily burning fossil fuel जो heat trapping greenhouse gas level earth atmosphere में increase करता है. The third option is respiratory problems. रेस्पिरेटरी प्रॉब्लम जो है वो होती है बाय इन्फेक्शन, बाय स्मोकिंग टोबैको और अदर फॉर्म ऑफ एयर पोल्यूशन. एयर पोल्यूशन कॉज हार्ट डिसीजेस, क्रॉनिक ऑब्स्ट्रक्शन पल्मोनरी डिसीजेस, लंग कैंसर एंड एक्यूट रेस्पिरेटरी इन्फेक्शन. एंड लास्ट ऑप्शन है ऑल ऑफ द अबव. सो हियर द करेक्ट आंसर विल बी ऑप्शन नंबर सी. इंक्रीज लेवल ऑफ एयर पोल्यूशन रिजल्ट इन रेस्पिरेटरी प्रॉब्लम. Which of the following diseases are caused by the smoke? Given which disease is caused due to the smoke? Smoke air pollution है जो कि visibility reduce करता है. The term smoke used first in 90s to discuss the mix of a smoke and fog. Smoke usually come from the burning coal. ये industrial area में बहुत ही common है. The options given are, the first option is rickets. रिकेट्स ऐसी कंडीशन है जो अफेक्ट करती है चिल्ड्रन के बोन डेवलपमेंट को. इट कॉजेज द बोन पेन, पुअर ग्रोथ एंड सॉफ्ट वीक बोन दैट कैन लीड टू बोन डिफॉर्मिटीज. एडल्ट भी सिमिलर कंडीशन एक्सपीरियंस करता है विच इज नोन एज अ एस्टेमलेशिया. द सेकेंड ऑप्शन इज ब्रोंकाइटिस. ये इन्फ्लेमेशन ऑफ द ब्रोंकाइटिकल ट्यूब और एयरवे है दैट लीड टू लंग्स. ब्रोंकाइटिस को कभी कभी चेस्ट कोल्ड भी कहते हैं. कैन बी कॉज्ड बाय द सेवरल टाइप ऑफ द वायरस. द बैक्टीरियल इन्फेक्शन कैन ऑल्सो कॉज ब्रोंकाइटिस. एंड देन इज अ ब्रीदिंग प्रॉब्लम. स्मोक की वजह से सांस लेने में भी परेशानी होती है विच लीड टू अ लंग कैंसर, रेस्पिरेटरी इन्फेक्शन. एंड लास्ट ऑप्शन इज ऑल ऑफ द अबव. फॉर दिस क्वेश्चन द करेक्ट आंसर विल बी ऑप्शन नंबर डी, ऑल ऑफ द अबव. The diseases caused by the smoke are rickets, bronchitis, and also the breathing problem. Organism at the base of food chain are. In a given, which organism at the base of food chain? And the options are herbivores. Herbivores ऐसा जानवर है जो सिर्फ वेजिटेबल ही खाता है, such as a grass, fruit, leaves, root. Herbivores सिर्फ ऐसी चीजें खाता है that need photosynthesis to live. And the options of herbivore we can say cow. Then is the carnivores. Carnivores ऐसा एनिमल है जो सिर्फ मांस खाता है. इन्हें प्रेडेटर्स भी कहते हैं. Carnivores are major part of a food web, a description of which organism act which other organism in the world. The options of a carnivores are tiger, lion. Then is a decomposer. डिकम्पोजर्स वो लिविंग ऑर्गेनिज्म होता है जो डेथ एनिमल और प्लांट को खाकर एनर्जी लेते हैं. फॉर एग्जाम्पल fungi, bacteria, worms and insect. And last option is photosynthesis plant. प्लांट जो होते हैं वो ऑटोट्रॉफ्स होते हैं, मतलब वो खुद के लिए खुद ही खाना बनाते हैं. फोटोसिंथेसिस प्रोसेस है to transform the water, sunlight and carbon dioxide into the oxygen and a simple sugar that the plant uses as a fuel. Example of a photosynthesis is how plant convert the sugar and the energy from water, air and the sunlight into the energy to grow. जैसे कि आप जानते ही होंगे, ऑर्गेनिज्म एट द बेस ऑफ द फूड चेन आर अ फोटोसिंथेसिस, प्लांट ऑन लैंड एंड फाइटोप्लैंक्टन ऑन द ओशन. ये जो ऑर्गेनिज्म है उन्हें प्रोड्यूसर्स कहते हैं एंड ये डायरेक्टली अपनी एनर्जी सनलाइट और इनऑर्गेनिक न्यूट्रिएंट से लेते हैं. सो हियर द करेक्ट आंसर फॉर दिस क्वेश्चन विल बी ऑप्शन नंबर ए. ऑर्गेनिज्म एट द बेस ऑफ अ फूड चेन आर अ फोटोसिंथेसिस प्लांट. The part of thermosphere which charge particles ion is called. In a question they ask the thermosphere का जो part होता है with the charged particles ion उसे हम क्या कहते हैं? And the options are ozone. Ozone एक highly reactive gas है which composed of a 3 oxygen atom. ये गैस atmosphere में कहाँ है उस पर depend होता है how it going to affect earth either in a good or a bad way. The second option is आइनोस्फीयर. आइनोस्फीयर अर्थ के ऊपर एटमॉस्फेयर का पार्ट है बिटवीन द 80 एंड अबाउट 600 किलोमीटर. आइनोस्फीयर इंपॉर्टेंट है बिकॉज ये रेडिएशन वेव को रिफ्लेक्ट एंड मॉडिफाई करता है विच यूज फॉर द कम्युनिकेशन एंड नेविगेशन. द थर्ड ऑप्शन इज मेट्रियस. द मेट्रियस इज अ शूटिंग स्टार आर अ pieces of a dust from a species that burn in the earth atmosphere. And the last option is aurora. aurora कलरफुल लाइट है जो आकाश में दिखती है बिकॉज ऑफ द सन. जब सन के पार्टिकल्स एटमॉस्फेयर के गैसेस के साथ इंटरेक्ट होते हैं तब आकाश में कलरफुल लाइट दिखती है और उसी को हम ऑरोरा कहते हैं. The correct answer or a most suitable answer for this question is option number B. The part of thermosphere which charge particles ion is called ionosphere. Ozone is scientifically represented as. In a given question they asked you ozone scientifically कैसे represent करते हैं and the options are O, O2, O3 and O4. Ozone highly reactive gas है. ये हल्की ब्लू कलर की होती है. Consist of a 3 oxygen atom. It is harmful to the earth. Here the correct answer for this question is option number C. Ozone is scientifically represented as O3. It is made up of 3 atoms of oxygen, that is O. The next question is the Comprehensive Wildlife Protection Act in India came into being in a year. वर्ल्ड लाइफ प्रोटेक्शन एक्ट जो है वो इंडिया में किस ईयर में आया था? एंड द ऑप्शंस आर 1979, सेकेंड ऑप्शन इज 1975, थर्ड ऑप्शन इज 1972 एंड द फोर्थ ऑप्शन इज 1973. वाइल्ड लाइफ प्रोटेक्शन एक्ट जो है वो इंडिया में आया था इन ईयर 1972. द एक्ट प्रोवाइड फॉर द प्रोटेक्शन ऑफ वाइल्ड एनिमल्स, birds and plants and for the matters connected therewith or annexary or incidental thereto. ये एक्ट पूरे भारत में फैला हुआ है. For this question the correct answer will be option number C. The Comprehensive Wildlife Protection Act in India came into being in a year in 1972. The word ecosystem was coined by. In a question they ask you the word ecosystem किसने कॉइन किया है? एंड द ऑप्शंस आर आइंस्टाइन, सेकेंड ऑप्शन इज वाग्नालेस, थर्ड ऑप्शन इज MC नांगटन एंड द लास्ट ऑप्शन इज AG टांसले. इकोसिस्टम ज्योग्राफिकल एरिया है जहां प्लांट, एनिमल और अदर ऑर्गेनिज्म साथ ही साथ मौसम और लैंडस्केप वर्क टुगेदर. इकोसिस्टम का कंसेप्ट 1871 टू 1955 में सर आर्थर टांसले ने कॉइन किया था. So for this question, option D will be the correct answer. The word ecosystem was coined by A.G. Tansley. Which of the following zones are correctly matched with their permitted noise level D? In a given question, they ask you which zone correctly match with their permitted noise level in a day. Industrial 19 dB, commercial 75 dB, residential 75 dB, silence zone 50 dB. And the given options are only A 1 and 2, only 2 and 3, only 3 and only 4. इंडस्ट्रियल एरिया में परमिसेबल लिमिट जो है वो है 75 dB for daytime and 70 dB at night time. Then if we look at the commercial area में 65 dB जो है वो डे में है और 55 dB नाइट में है. उसके बाद रेजिडेंशियल का देखा जाए तो 55 dB डे और 42 dB during a night time. And the last one is silence zone. Silence zone उसका जो डे में है वो है 50 dB and 40 dB in a night time. So according to the explanation, option D will be the correct for this question. Given only the option number 4 will be the correct, that is for the silence zone 50 dB is allowed or a permissible in a daytime. Here the next question is, the species through insignificant in a number determine the existence of many other species in a given ecosystem. Such a species is known as, and the options are keystone species. Keystone species एक organism है जो कि help करता है to define entire ecosystem. Without its a keystone species, the ecosystem would be dramatically different or ceases to exist altogether. The second option is sacred species. Traditionally, conserved species of a plant and animals which are of a religious or a cultural importance are called sacred species. Then is endemic species. Endemic term को use करते हैं in biology to talk about the distribution of toxin lead to a small geographical area and which therefore found naturally in this place. एंडेमिक स्पीसीज जो है वो लिमिटेड एरिया में रहता है, such as a mountain range, lake or a island among others. And the last option is extinct species. Extinction is the transmission of a kind of an organism or of a group of kind, usually the species. The moment of extinction is generally considered to be a death of last individual of species. The most suitable answer for this question will be option number A. The species, though insignificant in a number, determine the existence of many other species in a given ecosystem. Such a species is known as keystone species. The natural place of an organism or a community is known as. In a given question, they ask natural place of an organism को क्या कहते हैं? And the options are niche. Niche is a place or a position that particularly appropriate for a someone or a something. The second option is biome. Biome is a large community for a vegetation and a wildlife adapted for a specific climate. The third option is habitat. Habitat natural environment का एक type है in which particular species of organism live. The species habitat is those places where the species can find food, shelter, protection and made for the reproduction. And the last option है habit. Habit is a routine of behavior that is repeated regularly and tend to occur subsequently. Here the correct answer for this question will be option number C, habitat. The natural place of an organism or a community is known as habitat. Arrange column 2 in proper sequence so as to match with column 1 and choose the correct answer from the code given below. In a given question, they ask you to match the column 2 with the column A. In a column A, they given the different activity like a hearing, whispering, interface with sleep and normal talk. And in column 2, they given the noise level, that is 30 dB, 1 dB, 60 dB and 30 to 50 dB. साउंड हम डेसिबल और डीबी यूनिट में मेजर करते हैं. डेसिबल लेवल होती है वो 0 से स्टार्ट होती है, which near a total silence and softest sound the average person can hear. Whisper 30 decibel होती है and normal conversation speech is about the 60 dB. Increase of a 10 dB means that the sound of 10 times more powerful. The sound of ambulance is 120 dB. It's about a 1 trillion time more than the weakest sound normal person can hear. Sound reach 120 dB is painful to our ear and close distance and are dangerous to our hearing. The correct answer for this question is option number B. Hearing is 1 dB, whispering is 30 dB, interference with the sleep is between the 30 to 50 dB and normal talk is 60 dB. Bitumen is obtained from. Bitumen कैसे obtain किया जाता है? And the options are forest and a plant, area or a land dominated by the trees. Second option is kerosene oil. Kerosene oil पेट्रोलियम से obtain किया जाता है. ये यूज करते हैं for burning the kerosene lamp and domestic heater or furnaces as the fuel or a fuel component for a jet engine as the solvent for greases. Then is a crude oil. Petroleum is also known as a crude oil. Naturally ये yellowish black liquid है which found in geological formation beneath the earth's surface. Then is a underground mine. Underground mining refer to the various underground mining techniques used to excavate hard minerals, usually those containing metals such as ore containing gold, silver, iron, copper, zinc and lead. For this question, option C will be the correct. Crude oil. Bitumen mixture है dark, sticky, highly viscous organic liquid composed mainly of aromatic hydrocarbons. ये यूजुअली ब्लैक और डार्क ब्राउन कलर का होता है. बिटुमेन जो नेचुरल में मिलता है उसे क्रूड बिटुमेन एंड विच ऑब्टेन बाय क्रूड ऑयल इज कॉल्ड अ रिफाइंड बिटुमेन. मलेरिया इज कॉज्ड बाय. मलेरिया किसकी वजह से होती है? एंड द ऑप्शंस आर बैक्टीरियल इन्फेक्शन. बैक्टीरियल इन्फेक्शन इज proliferation of harmful strains of bacteria on or inside the body. बैक्टीरिया ह्यूमन बॉडी के किसी भी पार्ट को इन्फेक्ट कर सकता है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, फूड पॉइजनिंग इज कॉज्ड बिकॉज ऑफ बैक्टीरिया. द सेकेंड ऑप्शन इज वायरल इन्फेक्शन. वायरल इन्फेक्शन का मतलब हार्मफुल वायरस होता है विद इन द ह्यूमन बॉडी. वायरल इलनेस आर ड्यू टू टिश्यू डैमेज एंड एसोसिएटेड इम्यून रिस्पॉन्स ऑफ द होस्ट. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, रेस्पिरेटरी वायरल इन्फेक्शन ये नोज, लंग एंड एयरवे को इन्फेक्ट करता है. देन इज द पैरासिटिक इन्फेक्शन. पैरासिटिक आर द ऑर्गेनिज्म दैट लिव इन अनदर ऑर्गेनिज्म. द पैरासिट कैन बी microscopic or large enough to see with the eye and are served by feeding from the host. Then is a fungal infection. फंगल इन्फेक्शन को माइकोलिस भी कहते हैं. फंगल लिव इन अ dirt on plant on household surface. Example of a fungal infection is a skin diseases like a rashes or a different skin's problem. For this question, the most appropriate answer will be option number C. Malaria is caused by parasitic infection. मलेरिया एक घातक बीमारी है जो कि पैरासाइट की वजह से होती है. That commonly affect certain type of mosquito which feed on humans. People who get malaria are typically very sick with high fever, shaking, chills and flu-like illness. लार्जेस्ट सॉइल ग्रुप ऑफ इंडिया इज. इंडिया का सबसे लार्जेस्ट सॉइल ग्रुप कौन सा है? द ऑप्शंस गिवन आर रेड सॉइल. रेड सॉइल इंडिया का थर्ड लार्जेस्ट सॉइल ग्रुप है, कवरिंग एरिया अबाउट 3.5 लाख किलोमीटर ओवर अ Peninsula from Tamil Nadu in the south and Bundelkhand in the north, and Rajmahal Hill in the east and Kutch in the west. Then is the black soil. ब्लैक सॉइल महाराष्ट्र, गुजरात, कर्नाटका एंड मध्य प्रदेश में पाई जाती है. ब्लैक सॉइल आर द स्प्रेड ओवर अ 5.46 lakh kilometer. Then is the sandy soil. Sandy soil is the light, warm, dry and tend to be acidic and low in nutrients. Then is alluvial soil. Alluvial soil is the largest and most important soil of India, covering about 50 lakh kilometer or about 45.6% total land area of the country. This soil contributes the largest share of our agricultural wealth and support the bulk of Indian population. The correct answer for this question is option number D, alluvial soil. Largest soil group of India is alluvial soil, covering 15 lakh square kilometer area of the country. The main pollutant of Indian coastal water is. Indian coastal water का main pollutant कौन सा है? And the options are oil spill. Oil spill is the release of liquid petroleum hydrocarbon into the environment, especially marine ecosystem, due to human activity and of a form of pollution. ये sea creature को harm करता है and make a seafood unsafe to eat. The second option is municipal sewage. Municipal waste water का मतलब है waste water from the household or the mixture of a waste water from household and the industrial origin as well as the precipitation water. The third option is industrial effluent. Industrial effluent ये different industry से आता है and various organic pollutant have been found in the different water resources. And the last option is aerosol. Aerosol are a minute particles suspended in the atmosphere. When these particles are subsequently large, we notice that presence has this sector and observe sunlight. इसका जो examples है वो है smoke, fog, sea spray and pollution particles from vehicles. The most appropriate answer for this question will be option number C. Main pollutant of Indian coastal water is industrial effluent. Which of the following is not waterborne diseases? In a given, which of the following is not waterborne diseases? The options is typhoid. Typhoid bacterial infection है which lead to high fever, diarrhea and vomiting. It is caused by the bacterial Salmonella typhi. Infection often pass through contaminated food and drinking water. Then is hepatitis. Hepatitis in inflammation of the liver. ये हमारे liver को damage करता है. This swelling and damage can affect how well your liver function. Hepatitis can be acute or chronic infection. Hepatitis caused because of contamination of water and food. Then is a cholera. A person can get cholera by drinking water and eating food contaminated with cholera bacteria. And last option is dengue. Dengue fever is painful, debilitating mosquito-borne diseases caused by any one of the four closely related dengue virus. These viruses are related to the virus that cause West Nile infection and yellow fever. The correct answer for this question is option number D. Dengue is not waterborne diseases. Which of the following are an impact of global warming? In given question they ask you, given which of the following is a impact of global warming? And the options are sea level rise, melting of glacier, coral bleaching and all of the above. Global warming is phenomena in which there is an average increase in temperature of the atmosphere near the Earth's surface and in the troposphere, which can contribute to change in global climatic pattern. The major impact of a global warming are sea level rise, melting of glacier and ice cap, increase in rainfall variability, coral bleaching, loss of plankton, etc. The correct answer for this question is option number D, all of the above. Sea level rise, melting of glacier, coral bleaching are all Impact of global warming. An analysis of a man-environment relationship, pragmatic possibilism implies that in a given question they ask you man-environment relationship, pragmatic possibilism implies what? And the given options are there is no limit for a man to exploit resources of the earth. The second option is there are limited possibility to exploit earth resources. The third option is the man has to watch and assess the situation and go ahead with resources utilization. And the last option is the man has to keep in mind only his basic need while planning to harness the potential of resourceful earth. Pragmatism considers a thought an instrument or a tool for prediction, problem solving, and action, and reject the idea that the function of a thought is to describe, represent, or mirror reality. Pragmatic contend that most physiological topics such as the nature of a knowledge, language, concept, meaning, belief, and science are all best viewed in the term of their practical use and success. The most suitable answer for this question will be option number C. And the analysis of a man-environment relationship, pragmatic possibilism implies that the man has to watch and assess the situation and go ahead with resource utilization. Global warming during winter become more pronounced at the and the options are Avictor imaginary line है around the middle of planet or a other sensational body. It is a halfway between the North Pole and the South Pole at a 0 degree latitude. Avictor planet को divide करता है into a northern hemisphere and a southern hemisphere. The second point is poles. Geographical pole is either of a 2 points on the earth where the axis of a rotation intersect its surface. Third point is Tropic of Cancer. Tropic of a Cancer, which is also referred to as Northern Tropic, is the most northerly circle of latitude on the earth at which the sun can directly overheat. And the last option is Tropic of Capricorn. Tropic of Capricorn is the circle of a latitude that contains subsolar point at the December solstice. It is thus the southernmost latitude where the sun can directly overheat. It is also reached a 90 degree below the horizon at the solar midnight on the June solstice. The correct answer for this question is option number D, Tropic of Capricorn. Global warming during winter become a more pronounced at the Tropic of Capricorn. Which of the following pollutant can cause cancer in a woman? In a given question, they ask you, given which pollutant can cause cancer in women? And the options are ozone. Ozone highly reactive gas है, composed of 3 oxygen atom. It can lead to worse condition like a damaged airway, chronic bronchitis, asthma. The second option is calcium. Calcium is a mineral that is necessary for life in addition to building bone and keeping them healthy. Calcium enables our blood to clot, our muscle to contract and our heart to beat. About 99% of our calcium in our body is in our bone and the teeth. Then is a mercury. Mercury and its a component affect the central nervous system, kidney and liver. And then is a pesticide. Pesticides are the only toxic substances that are released in our environment to destroy the living things. Pesticides are the home to many diseases like a cancer in women. So for this question, option A will be the correct answer. Pesticide pollutant can cause cancer in a woman. The blueness of a sky is mainly due to, in a given question they ask you, sky की जो blueness होती है वो किसकी वजह से होती है? And the options given are the scattering of sunlight by air molecules, the presence of water vapor, absorption of blue light by air, emission of blue light by the atmosphere. Sunlight earth atmosphere में पहुंचती है and scatter in all the direction by all the gases and particles in the air. Blue light all the direction में spread होती है by the tiny molecules of air in the earth atmosphere. Blue is a scatter more than other color because it travels as a shorter, smaller waves. The most appropriate answer or a most suitable answer for this question will be option number A. A clear cloudless daytime sky is a blue because molecules in the air scatter blue light from the sun more than they scatter red light. When we look towards the sun at a sunset, we see red and the orange color because the blue light has been scattered out and away from the line of sight. When oil and gas resources are burned, they kill many forests and the lake by, and the options are deforestation. Deforestation is a process of clearing the forest land. Here, the man is cutting the forest purposefully. Here we can take an example of mining. Because of the mining, the women are killing the forest or cutting the tree. Second option is water pollution. Water pollution is a release of substances into the body of water that make a water unsafe for a human use and disturb adequate ecosystem. Water pollution caused mainly because of industrial waste, petroleum, and diseases causing the microorganism. Third option is acid rain. Acid rain, which include any form of a precipitation with the acidic component. This can include rain, snowfall, hail, and even the dust that is acidic. And the last option is forest fire. Forest fire is also known as wildfire, can be described as any uncontrollable and non-prescribed combustion or a burning of plant in the nature setting such as a forest, grassland, brushland, which consume the natural fuel and spread based on the environmental condition. The correct answer for this question is option number C. When oil and gas resources are burned, they kill many forests and a lake by acid rain. The process that we call burning actually is a chemical reaction with the oxygen in the air. For the most part, the carbon combination and the oxygen to form the carbon dioxide and the hydrogen combine with the oxygen to form the water vapor. In both of these chemical reactions, and a substantial amount of energy is released as a heat. Since the heat is what is needed to instigate this chemical reaction, we have a chain reaction. Ganga Action Plan in India was launched in a year. In a given question they ask you गंगा एक्शन प्लान इंडिया में कब लॉन्च हुआ एंड द ऑप्शंस गिवन आर 1988, 1985, 1986 एंड 1976. इंडिया में गंगा एक्शन प्लान लॉन्च किया था बाय राजीव गांधी ऑन 14 जनवरी 1986. इसका जो मेन एम था इज टू प्रोटेक्ट द रिवर गंगा फ्रॉम फर्दर मोर पोल्यूशन. It was a launch to improve the quality of water treatment of the sewage, interception and other method. Also to prevent the maximum of industrial wastage. So for this question, the correct answer will be option number C. Ganga Action Plan in India as a launch in a year 1986 by Rajiv Gandhi. Nighttime temperature rarely drop below the dew point temperature because, and the options given are, the dew will absorb all the heat. Second option is, saturation vapor pressure always increase at night. Third option is, at saturation, latent heat of condensation is released into the air. And the last option is both B and C. If the dew point happen to be much lower than the temperature, the air will cool off much more rapidly at night than if the dew point was closer to the temperature in the evening. This is why dry regions such as the high plain and the desert region have such a large differences between the high and the low temperature. Moist area such as the region near the coast tend to have a smaller spread between the high and the low temperature. If the air has the high moisture content, some long way radiation emitted by the Earth's surface will be radiated back towards the surface. So for this question, the correct answer will be option number C. Nighttime temperature rarely drop below the dew point temperature because at the saturation, latent heat of condensation is released into the air. Acid rain mainly result from, in a given question they ask you, acid rain mainly result from which of the given option? And the first option is sulfur dioxide. Sulfur dioxide chemical compound है. It is a toxic gas responsible for the smell of burnt matches. It is released naturally by volcanic activity. The second option is carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide acidic colorless gas है with the density about 53% higher than that of a dry air. The third option is carbon monoxide. Carbon monoxide colorless, odorless, tasteless, flammable gas है that is a slightly less dense than air. Carbon monoxide consists of a one carbon atom and one oxygen atom. And the last option is ammonia. Ammonia compound है नाइट्रोजन एंड हाइड्रोजन का विद द फॉर्मूला NH3. Ammonia colorless gas है. The correct answer for this question is option number A. Acid rain mainly result from sulfur dioxide. Acid rain is caused by the emission of sulfur dioxide and nitrogen oxide which react with the water molecules in the atmosphere to produce acids. Raising air cools by this process. In a given question they ask you by which process cool air raise होती है and the options given are expansion, evaporation, compression and condensation. The process by which raising air cools is called adiabatic expansion. Adiabatic expansion ऐसी situation है whereby an external work act upon a system at the expense of utilizing internal energy of the gas and result in lowering the temperature of the molecules gas. The term adiabatic refers to the process in which heat energy is neither gained nor lost by the system. For this question, the most appropriate answer or a most suitable answer will be option number A. Raising air cools by this process is expansion. Melanorrhea skin cancer is associated with. In a given question they ask you melanorrhea skin cancer है ये किससे associated है and the options given are ozone accumulation. Ozone accumulation occur होता है when the sea breezes causes the circulation of air over an area or when the temperature induced air inverse trap the compound that produce smoke. The second option is ozone depletion. Ozone depletion gradual thinning of earth ozone layer है in the upper atmosphere. It causes because of release of chemical component gases chlorine and bromine from industry and human activity. The third option is acid rain. Acid rain both term है which include any form of precipitation with acidic component. This can include rain, snow, fog, hail or even dust that is acidic. And the last option is allergen. Allergen substance है that can cause an allergic reaction. The correct answer for this question is option number B. Melanorrhea skin cancer is associated with ozone depletion. Skin cancer abnormal growth है skin cells का. It most often develop on the area of skin exposed to the sun rays. Salination is. In a given question they ask you what is salination and the options given are accumulation of salt in water. Second option is accumulation of salt in soil, accumulation of salt in body and last option is accumulation of salt in animal. Salination is a process है by which water soluble salt accumulated in the soil. Salination may occur naturally or because of a condition resulting from management practices. Example, in the Delta, the highly saline drainage water is the principal source for a soil sanitation and extensive irrigation without an adequate drainage system cause the soil salination. So for this question, option B will be the correct. Salination is accumulation of salt in soil. Which of the following greenhouse gas trap more heat? In a given question, they ask you which of the following greenhouse gas trap more heat, and the options are methane. मीथेन गैस स्मॉल क्वांटिटी में पाई जाती है अर्थ एटमॉस्फेयर में. मीथेन इज अ सिंपल हाइड्रोकार्बन कंसिस्टिंग ऑफ वन कार्बन एटम एंड 4 हाइड्रोजन एटम. ये पावरफुल ग्रीन हाउस गैस है. सेकेंड ऑप्शन इज नाइट्रस ऑक्साइड. नाइट्रस ऑक्साइड कलरलेस गैस है, कॉमनली यूज फॉर sedation and pain relief. It is a commonly used by dentists and medical profession to sedate patient undergoing minor medical procedure. Third option is carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide ये acidic colorless gas है with the density about 53% higher than the dry air. Carbon dioxide molecules consist of a carbon atom. And the last option is trifluoromethyl sulfur petafluoride. ये 18,000 times more effective in trapping atmospheric heat as compared to the carbon dioxide, the most familiar greenhouse gas है. The most appropriate answer for this question will be option number D. Before winding up for the lecture, I want to tell you one more important thing. Students Global Online University is offering course for NET/SET exam, in which we will be giving you full syllabus notes, video lecture, mock test with the detailed solutions in just ₹999. To join, please contact on given number and crack your upcoming exam.